Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Noisy Neighbours podcast, the Tuesday pod. We're going to do United first. Christian, how are we on this Tuesday evening?
I'm all right. I'm not too bad. I've had a manic day since getting in from work. I've had your little nipper here, haven't we? So
Oh, yeah.
it's just been mental, but been watching Mr. B, mate. That's been a right laugh. So, yeah. And the football side of things are going well at the minute for me, so
Yeah.
pretty
It's
chuffed.
a bit of a role reversal. Usually I'm trying to keep Zach out of here, and he's actually at yours.
Yeah.
Absolutely fantastic. He is with our mum, his gran, just in case you all think we've just left. He's left his 4-year-old nephew just tearing around the house.
Yeah. Don't worry, everyone.
Straight into the football as usual. Manchester United lost again on Sunday. I'd say this is probably the least surprising of the losses, considering the situation in the squad at the moment. Lost 1-0 to Tottenham. I know Tottenham have been in awful form, but they got players back. We've suddenly lost half the team in a week. I don't know what the hell has happened in training. Just obviously not good because they were below us in the table. We have dropped again. We're now 15th. This is the lowest we've been this season. Only West Ham and Wolves are between United and the relegation zone. It's crazy. It's also the 8th loss of Amorim's 14 Premier League games. He's drawn 2 and won 4. So the record is...
it's damning.
It's horrendous, to be honest. And yeah, I mean, the concern is, I think in the past when he's lost a game here and there, it's been like, well, he's new, he's got to get people in Jan, and now it's like, oh my God, what is this just us now till the end of the season? And I suppose we'll get into it. Just on the game, what did you think? Did you think United actually did a little bit better than expected?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, considering, however, the same problem still reared the ugly head with everything we expected, really, that we predicted. It's just the same shit, different week, isn't it? You know, you've got no players capable of finishing chances at all. The players you have got, I wouldn't even, do you know what, inconsistent would be a compliment to them.
Well,
and I think it's a compliment I don't even think they warrant. I wouldn't even go as far as calling them inconsistent, because they are consistent, but they're just consistently shit.
The goals, exactly, yeah. The goals thing is the most... I mean, look, there's so many issues, but scoring goals is the idea of football. Why we're in this mess. Why have we ended up with this team that nobody can score in? This isn't going to go away. This isn't going to fix overnight. No. This is not form. This is player ability. The front three can't score goals. They haven't been scoring goals. We're going to get into it in a little bit more. But yeah, I mean, I don't know now.
Before we go into that, Alex, though, I was just going to ask you, because, I mean, we know what we're going to go into as well with United's lack of signings. We know the cause. However, do you think with Amorim, do you think he could be working with the squad a little bit better? For instance, if we lean to Everton and look at David Moyes, in half the game time, he's got, I think, 1 point less than Amorim. Yeah. I mean, if you look at Everton's squad, it is not impressive. You know what I mean? Yeah. I think your squad is absolute shite. I'm certainly not against Amorim in any way there. I do, however, think he could lean a bit more to their strengths to try and get some results in some sort of capacity.
Yeah,
do you not agree?
Yeah, I mean, look, I think that there's a lot made of this system. It's not going away. It's getting louder and louder. And I think that it's really hard to know what par is for this team. I don't really know, to be honest. I think that, I suppose if you just logically look at it and think, these players were shit in a system they know. They're a little bit shitter in a system they don't know. It's not that surprising. I didn't hope for this. I really did hope that he had new ideas and he could improve these players. That doesn't mean he's a bad manager, but it also is worrying that he's not trying something else. Because all you have to do is try something else. If they're still shit in it, every fan on planet Earth, you just said it. Oh, he went 4-3-3 and they were still shit. Shock. You know what I mean? And to be honest, Sunday was one of the better. I mean, considering they had a bench full of kids, I thought they did all right. And again, conceded off another rebound. I'm sick of it. It's every goal. Palace hit the crossbar. What the fuck is going on?
Do you think he needs to be replaced 100%? Are you up for giving Onana a chance to turn it around next year? Or do you think he needs to go in the summer?
I would replace him with Bayern Deer right now. I would give Bayindir a run. Onana's fucking shite. It's doing every single goal is a rebound or it's just
he never instills the back line with confidence. And bear in mind, your back line doesn't fucking it doesn't ooze confidence at the best of times, but he does not help. You know what I mean? You want someone in there. I think Keane said it once. Like he famously does not get on with Schmeichel, does he?
No.
But he did respect. He said, I liked the fact I could turn around and I was comfortable with who was between the posts. I think your boys, they are less than confident with him stood there, and he keeps fucking faffing, doing stupid shit all the time. How many times do you let him get away with it? Do you know what I mean?
Like, I think I said it on the last one that Ten Hag signed him knowing what he was like at Ajax. You can go and look at his Ajax highlights. He's been doing this all his career, Onana. He had one good game, which we spoke about in the Inter Milan game, that a lot of us were wowed at. But we're not chief scouts of Man United, and Ten Hag had him at Ajax. Like it's a joke.
What was Ten Hag with all these fucking signings that he made? And do you know what's even more mental? He managed quite a few of them, well, most of them.
Yeah.
So what's weird is he didn't know their shortcomings. He watched them every fucking day. He should have known them better than everybody. The fact he went and paid that much money for Anthony, and before anyone comments and says, oh, look what he's doing now, well, I beg you give him another chance, and we'll see exactly the same shit next year, and we'll see his level. Ultimately, he's found his level over there. And I do think, look, they might be able to get a song out of him, but his inconsistencies are going to be glaring his whole career. And he's not the right player type for Manchester United. No. He's a bang average player with a fucking seriously high ego. That's not two things you want to mix.
No, well, it is if you sign. Apparently, that's what the scouts look for at this club.
That's been the model.
Just on Sunday, we don't want to waste too long. It was a 1-0 at Tottenham, two shit teams.
Yeah.
The difference was we created chances. Everyone could see those chances.
Yeah.
And I mean, look, Garnacho had two massive ones. One was just ridiculously easy that he didn't even. I mean, he's just fucking shit. We'll get to him in a minute. Højlund ran in behind Davis and shoveled it onto his left foot and swung the leg, and it was straight at Vicario. Xerxes had a point blank header. Don't want to get on Xerxes too much. I thought on the ball he had quite a nice game.
Yeah, I agree, actually.
He has got this bit of a sticky touch to him at times, which almost looks like a bit of a futsal player. He's just a very odd player. And he had a game where his touch was quite sticky, and we got up the pitch from it. But the header, he's got a bag. This is the problem with these players, and they look like players who've got 5 or 6 between them in the league. I mean, Højlund's not. I mean, I don't even know when these boys last scored.
No.
I mean, just looking here, Christian. I've got 2 stats here off the back of the weekend. So, obviously, we missed, would you say, 3 big chances at the weekend, maybe 4, depending on how you
Definitely
classify.
3 big uns.
Definitely 3 big uns. And Mr. 70 mil on the left missed 2 of them. So Manchester United have converted 12% of their big chances created. I don't love this stat because it's who's saying it's a big chance as opposed to a normal chance. But I mean, that is not good. We've created 49 big chances in the league this season. We've converted on 6 of them. It's just hauntingly bad. I mean, Garnacho, he is 7 yards out. The ball is set, it's not bobbling, and he skies it. He doesn't even make Vicario make a save. He didn't even hit it straight at him. This just sums it up for me. We constantly are getting worse and worse and worse in every single position. So in that position, in the last 10 years, we've had, I won't even go back as far as Ronaldo and Rooney. Forget that. Martial and Rashford, they used to finish them all the time. Garnacho cannot shoot. I've been saying this. I'm saying it every week. I said it in January when Napoli wanted him. The guy, he lacks searing pace. He's not got great balance. He's not a great crosser. He's not a great shooter. Why? What is people seeing in this player that I'm not? Are my fucking eyes not working? Because I'm sorry, at what point do people go, you're 15th because the front 3 are shit? When are people going to accept this? Because I do. I'm like, you said, could he squeeze a bit more juice out of it? Maybe, but the front 3 can't score, Christian. Even if you get into the game a bit more, at the end of the day, if Garnacho or Højlund or Xerxes take any of their chances at the weekend, you at least get a 1-1. We only conceded 1 goal, so I'm just.
Look, it was more to be fair, bro. It was more me playing devil's advocate. I do, my stance on your squad, and especially that of the front three. I think you lack insane quality. I think if you look at your front three, I don't know who they start for. We've been through this before. If you look down the table, I mean, I did reference Everton. You know, you look at your front three, it is that bad. I told you about that guy on TalkSport, didn't I? Unfortunately, we can't get it on. I think we'll get copyrighted even if we do. If anyone was happening to listen the other day, this lad called in. I tell you what, he was a great United fan, and he knew what he was fucking talking about. He was talking to Keown, unfortunately, who does not know what he's talking about, especially regarding Manchester United. Keown was referring to Amorim is more of the problem. He needs to improve. He shouldn't have called out the squad and said they were all shit. You know, the same boring stuff of pundits are, spinning that narrative. Now, this lad was like, Højlund is dog shit. He would not start, and he's a championship player. And Keown straight away just didn't say anything about that, moves on to a different point. It's like, no, but you can't gloss over that. They have ultimately got a striker who isn't capable of scoring. When was his last fucking goal?
I mean, look, you exactly.
Ederson has more goal contributions. I know people can say, look, it's a keeper and it's a one-off sort of thing. No, but that shouldn't be happening with any striker in the Prem. No. And if it is, they shouldn't be fucking Prem level, should they?
This is the thing, like you people forget how little 2 goals is. Mikel Merino scored 2 in 10 minutes for Arsenal on Saturday.
Marmoush's ahead of him in the league.
Marmoush got 3 in 10 minutes. Like, it's not fucking. I'm not getting into the service shit again. I'm sick of it. But just going back to the percentage on the Garnacho. So we are obviously shite at converting big chances. Yeah. So I've actually got Garnacho statistics in that. So he has had 14 big chances this season. Garnacho. He's converted 2.
It's just shocking. It's you know what, right, Alex? This is the thing, though.
Sorry. Just go on. The first reply to this tweet. It's a tweet talking about Garnacho's conversion rate. Here we go. Ben J. Amber at United Maverick. He's still very young. It's frustrating, but he'll mature for sure.
Yeah.
Right. You've got one bit right. It's frustrating. Let me just correct the other 2 bits. He's very young. Doesn't mean he's going to get better. That's just another load of bollocks. He's going to mature for sure. What does that even mean? He's not a toddler who's causing chaos in the fucking front room and punching the telly off. He's a fucking winger. Don't want him to mature. I want him to finish fucking chances.
Alex, I've got some more for you as well. So there was a post on Instagram before from I think it was just like a shitty meme page, but it got quite a lot of traction on the post. They were basically referring to Marmoush getting more goals in the space of 15 minutes than Højlund's got all year. Now, I'm not making any comparisons or anything like that. I can't be arsed. However, the comments were alarming from obviously Manchester United supporters. One of them, very similar to what you were just saying then, that you've read yourself. Højlund's 21, far from his prime. By the way, these are top comments getting a lot of likes, which this is the concerning part because there's a lot of people who agree with it. There was another one, Alex. It says, one plays for City and the other for United. Bear in mind, have they watched City this year? We've been dog shit. They've put, let's swap strikers, see if anything changes. What a silly statement. Right. The thing is, I've seen this a lot with Manchester United supporters, and they're saying, well, if you swap and put Harry Kane in our team, Erling Haaland, you'll get the same. No, you will not. You do not understand football if that is what you are thinking. You are not looking at a direct comparison to what one striker can do and what the other striker that you have got can't do, because he can't do anything.
Yeah.
He's shit in every department.
I think. There's a big thing. I saw something the other day it was Van Persie's goals from the last Premier League we won in 2013, and it was all. I think he got 30, or maybe just
last season, wasn't he?
It just showed them in order, and there was probably about 50% of them that were not. Yeah. You wouldn't look at them and go, "Amazing service." It might have been a great pass. But there was one from Giggs against West Ham. Giggs it's like a 60, 70-yard ball over the top, over Van Persie's left shoulder. One touch, second touch, bang, bottom corner.
Yeah.
Now, that's not... It's amazing from Giggs, right? Anybody watching this, go and have a look. United fans might remember it. It's amazing pass. But Højlund would not score from that. So, do you get what I'm saying? It's like... Van Persie didn't score 30 tap-ins.
Totally. And I know exactly what you mean. All you need to do, right, these people that think...
The Rooney, the volley. Højlund didn't score in that. He fucking missed it.
Alex, these people that think this, they think that another top striker coming into your club would not do anything. They need to watch movement of other strikers. They need to go and watch Marmoush's goals. I'm not saying they were incredible, but you need to watch the last goal, right? Because Højlund is that shit. He doesn't understand when a winger is taking on his man on the side. He doesn't understand he needs to drop in and get in the space here so he's ready for a pullback. He's just, like you said, he seems to just look at the ground and go and get to as close as he can to the net. He has no IQ at all.
Yeah, I mean, there's been a few instances of people who like Højlund telling me that he's really good when he's in behind. We need to be he's very dangerous running in behind
when he's not thinking, basically.
And there's been 2 instances. I know everyone's going to go, well, it's only 2, but it's still 2 instances. One against Leicester when he turned that guy and he had a straight run at the goal. And I said, it looks like he's running with carrier bags in his hand because he's like this and he's wrestling with fucking guys chasing him. And then he scuffs whatever he was doing at the end of it. And then on Sunday, ball over the top, absolutely obliterates Ben Davies for pace, obviously. I mean, Ben Davies is a very slow, old left centre-back. And Ben Davies didn't even challenge him. He just backed up. And And these are the moments that he's meant to be good at, but he's still not scoring from them. So it's not like, even if he was amazing at the things people are saying, which he isn't, it's still one-dimensional. It's still not good enough. So anyway, let's not get into Højlund. I feel like I talk too much. So yeah, we've done that. We've done Garnacho. Garnacho, again, I don't really know. People think he's good. I think he's shit. I would say that I'm right. And if you think he's good, well, what do you do with this team then? Like I said, if you like... There's probably people out there who think that Højlund and Garnacho are either good now or going to be good. Well, we're 15th. At what point are you going to say our attack has got us 15th in the league? You know what I'm saying? And we've been through this. So, yeah, that's the attack. I don't think it's going to change much. God knows where the goals are going to come from.
Listen, Alex, as well, just on that. So, these people that are going on, you see the outcry after that Spurs game of, chances missed and things like that. But it's like, it's the same people that didn't want to sell Garnacho.
Yeah.
It's the same fucking fans that are going, oh no, we can't sell Garnacho. Well, you have to. Because you need to sell the dog shit to get better players in. You had an offer on the table and you could have reinvested. You could have strengthened in 3 areas. You would have been a significantly better football team without him.
Yeah. No, I know what you mean. I actually meant to do this before the pod, so bad podcasting, sorry. But I just want you to watch something. I've already watched it.
Okay.
And if you watch it now, can you watch it now? I don't know. And I will I'll try and post the video in the link. I've just sent it you now on your phone. Just have a watch.
Right.
I've said this to you for a long time. Garnacho Real Madrid's going to be a problem at some point. I hope it's not, but I'm absolutely convinced that is going to be a problem. I don't want to say it because I love Garnacho, and I think his potential's great. But I said this. Last season, not this season. I said it last season. I can just see at some point his dream is going to be Real Madrid, and Real Madrid are going to swoop in, just like they did with Ronaldo. I can see it coming.
Ronaldo, is that his comparison?
If that happens, it happens. You enjoy what you've got, and you cash in on what you've got, and hopefully you've got a club that's stable enough and has the ability to adapt. That's for the future. But these things happen. Like, good players get targeted, and if
it's like he's talking about Luis Suarez.
Yeah, I know. Alejandro Garnacho to Real Madrid is going to be a problem.
The sound's gone. Sound's gone. One sec.
Oh, because your phone will be connected to your headphones, will it?
Oh, that's why.
Yeah. Are you okay?
Yeah, better now.
Yeah, okay.
Right, I just watched that. That is absolute insanity. You know what? If you shut your eyes and watch that video, you think he's talking about Luis Suarez.
Yeah,
we've got to enjoy him. We've had the good time. What has he done?
Sit back and enjoy the show with Garnacho.
The only thing, when he said a problem, the only thing that's a problem is his fucking football knowledge. The guy's an absolute tit.
I know this is Mr. 2 million subscribers as well, so if anybody's watching this and you subscribe to him, you're a fucking div.
Mate, I tell you what, all he does is a very good David Brent impression. But the thing is, does he not realise Ricky Gervais did that as a joke, making a character that was an absolute retard?
I love the beginning of the video where he's like, I said this last year. He's like he's called something early. I said this last year. Well, you were an idiot, even bigger idiot last year then. Because,
He's like he's been vindicated now.
Yeah. With Garnacho to Real Madrid's going to be a problem, is it?
I told you. I said it a couple. Well, why did you say it in the first place, you fucking spaz?
Unless his brother becomes president of Real Madrid, he's never going to that club. I don't know if you need me to spell this out, but Alejandro Garnacho will be lucky to be a Prem winger. Oh, yeah, let's get him in. Who've they got? Vinicius, Mbappe, and... Well, we're just going to do the City preview in a minute. Where does he come in? I think what? That fucking fan base would have him in tears. They'd have him in tears 10 minutes into his debut.
Oh, he's just an idiot, mate. If he missed a chance like he did at the Bernabeu, the white hankies would be out. They'd be calling him a twat.
Christian,
I tell you what, mate. He mentioned Ronaldo as well. He mentioned when he actually hooks it, he goes, and he actually links it to Cristiano Ronaldo. You fucking div. Your football knowledge is in the bin.
Yeah, man. It's ridiculous. I'll try and post a video on here for it when you was watching it, just so people can watch it. It's been around Twitter.
It's just a quick one, right? With Goldbridge, I tend not to watch a lot of him. I only ever see clips that are on shorts.
That was it was a year ago, by the way. Obviously, he didn't say that on the weekend. He's not that stupid. But I'm just saying it did the rounds on Twitter because of Sunday.
Yeah, but I was just going to say, so I don't really see a lot of him. I know you don't either. I know your thoughts on the guy.
Yeah.
However, what's your opinion on Mark Goldbridge's following, like his audience? Do you think it is a lot of Man United fans, or do you think it's opposition fans that find it funny, like the fall apart?
Yeah, I think there's got to be element to that because, like, his one-liners sometimes, that's what his gag is. I mean, it can't be United fans, can it?
Yeah, it's the whole David Brent thing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's funny because his real name's Brent. But just before we move on from he was an ex-copper, and I think they made him come up with a stage name, and he's such a tool. He's only come up with Mark. You could have picked any name in the world, but So just before we move on from that, this little channel, Beth T MUFC, she's the blonde girl who does I think she does a Sunday night show and she does a bit of interview work, and this, I don't know when this was, so it could be a year ago, could be recently, I don't know. She obviously thinks Garnacho's good. Yeah. The only hope I have that Garnacho will stay at United and not end up at Madrid is that they're absolutely set with Vinicius Jr. and Rodrigo. Both only 23, and adding Mbappe to that is insane. Yeah. Okay. A few things on there, yeah. The only hope that you have that Garnacho will stay at United and not end up at Madrid. No, there's a few blockers in there, Beth. One is he's shit at football. Forget who they've signed. Vinicius and Mbappe and Rodrigo could bring their kids along to fucking work experience day, and they'd still start over Garnacho.
Where on earth has this thing come from that Man United fans think that Garnacho would be linked in any sort of way? Okay,
so her tweet mentions they've added Mbappe, so it must have been in the summer. So that's Christine. That's 6 months ago. She said that.
Based on the magic we saw from him last season.
This isn't just your divs who, we've had a few comment on the videos and comment on our TikToks, and not even just people I see on Twitter that don't have no affiliation to me. And it's not even them idiots who have like one follower on Twitter. They've got a massive following, this channel. This is their knowledge. This is what they think is going. Oh, also, they love Højlund. Shock. So, yeah, that's them two idiots, Harry and Lloyd up front, who aren't going to score for the rest of the season. And I'm going to have to be put through the fucking hell of it. One of my close friends, mine and Phil's close friends, we've got a United group chat, and we were talking about Garnacho. He said, 70 mil or don't sell. One of my mates, one of my friends. And
dude, I just don't see it. Look,
this is the problem.
Everyone's entitled to their opinion. Look, if you watch the videos and you think that Garnacho is either a good player now or he is going to become something, mate, honestly, we'd like to hear it. We'd like to see it in the comments, and you tell us where we're missing, because if I am missing something, and there could be genuine links to Real Madrid in the future, I'd love to see why there would be, and I'd love to know what you think he's great at, because currently I watch the guy. He's a very bad finisher. He doesn't have good awareness. He's got no pace. He struggles to beat his man. And we are talking about a winger here. They are all critical areas that he needs to be good at to be a winger. And I'm meaning good, not world class. We're not talking about that level. I'm talking a decent fucking Prem winger. Because currently, he's not that. And currently, her worrying about him going to fucking Real Madrid, dude, he won't get in Bournemouth's team. He won't get in Newcastle's team. He won't get in Villa's team. Would he get in Spurs' team? No, probably not. So,
Christian, a lot of the issue with this fan base is if you come out of the academy and you can tie your shoelaces, the fan base will want 50 mil for you minimum. That's all it is.
Yeah. By the way, I will say that is a wider issue these days in football. I don't know where the fuck this has come from, but you see it all the time, mate. You see players come through, they're just going for 20 million. I mean, we do it all the time. Like James Trafford. Don't get me wrong, he is actually doing all right now, I believe, in the Championship. But, he went for 20 million before he'd even kicked a ball for Man City.
Yeah.
I don't know what teams are doing.
I've no idea, mate. But 20 mil at least is cheap. I mean, Christ, we're turning down 50 million for Garnacho. But yeah, I mean, another thing, just before we wrap up Garnacho, I don't want to waste any more time on him. He's shit. He ain't going to get any better. I do wonder how upset people who think he's good are when they're watching these performances. When he missed that chance on Sunday, they must be heartbroken, because I'm sat there. I was in the pub with a few lads and I'm like, were you shocked?
Yeah, you're just like, I know he's shit. I expect it. Yeah.
If you like him, Christ, you must be fucking keeping you up at night. Another thing as well, Patrick Dorgu, very good game. I thought he showed some really good things. I'm sure we'll beat that out of him in the coming weeks, and he will be absolutely shit. But fair play to the guy. He did play really well. Good athlete. Definitely raises the bar, because we're so slow. And I just feel sorry for him that he made overlap after overlap after overlap. And guess what Garnacho did in every single one? Decoy, because I'm cutting him because I think I'm Robin.
Yeah.
Honestly, Patrick, just hang on. For an actual footballer on that left-hand side, you will get the ball a little bit more. So I just want to apologise to Patrick Dorgu for how shit Garnacho is as well, just while we're on topic. Now, I want to come on to the pundits, Christian, and I want to talk about Amorim, and I want to talk about the system, and this is all linked together. Gary Neville was lacing Amorim on Sunday, which is just immensely hypocritical, based on his approach to Ollie and Ten Hag. And you know what, actually, let me just preempt this with saying what I think about Amorim and the system, and then we'll get into what the pundits and so-called Man United fans think. So, Ruben Amorim is playing 3-4-3. He's not changing it. Ruben Amorim has lost 8 out of 14 league games. He has not changed system once. Do I think that's good? No, I don't. I think it's stupid, and it's a massive concern moving forward. Do I think on Sunday he could have picked a different system that would have come up with a better performance than that? No, I don't. And if you think that, if you sat there on Sunday and think we lost to Tottenham because he played 3-4-3, you're an idiot. And I mean, and that's Gary Neville, because he was hammering him about it, saying Bruno's doing this and he's got Bruno chasing and he's right. We had no centre midfielders in the squad. A kid called Kone, might be 17 or 18. He's not even been in the first team. I don't even think he's been on the bench yet for us.
Yeah.
What was the alternative? Not playing Fernandes in centre mid. And I'm not being funny, everyone was raving about him at Anfield when he dropped into centre mid. Do you remember when Mainu came off? And me and you were sat there like, fucking hell, Bruno's amazing. Oh, no. At Tottenham, Gary Neville says, here we go. Bruno's positioning on Sunday was embarrassing.
He's an idiot. He
is an absolute idiot, Gary Neville, honestly. Do you know what he went on to say after that? He didn't give any insight into what he would have done, because nobody's got an answer to it. Because Ruben Amorim had a bench of 17-year-olds plus Victor Lindelof. Do I think he could be changing the system in the last 20 minutes? Of course, I'm not an idiot. I totally agree with that take. Is 3-4-3 even the greatest system to be playing from minute one? Maybe not. But you're all losing sight of... Fortunately, we got to see 9 games of Erik Ten Hag this season, right? People go small sample size. It's still a quarter of the season, is it? near enough, nearly a quarter of the season, 9 games. And look, I mean, Amorim's only had 14. You know what I mean? And everyone's hammering Ruben about it. In those 9 games of Ten Hag, do you want to know how many goals we scored?
Go on.
8 as a team. Erik Ten Hag's 9 games list this season led in a 4-2-3-1 or a 4-3-3 conventional system that Amorim needs to go and try. We scored 8 goals in 9 games. I've got Stephen Warnock on the fucking... How has he got to Sky punditry? Fuck me. Here we go. Do you want to hear what that duckegg said? I don't like the system. It's stopping them from scoring goals. Just a little bit of research, Stephen. Go on Google, look at our first 9 games. We played 4-2-3-1 for a manager that signed these players, by the way, that you would think has a better relationship. We scored 8 goals in 9. We actually scored less under Ten Hag this season than we have Amorim. So, slag the system off. If you don't think it's good, that's fine. But one, I want you to come back and tell me what you would do. Don't just slag it off like Gary Neville. It's embarrassing. It's shit.
Yeah, like throw them lazy throwaway comments that have no substance to them whatsoever.
Because people will look at that, and Stephen Warnock's... I've got the video on Twitter. I saved it. And, he's going, the system doesn't work. It's hindering them scoring-wise. I mean, look...
There's no evidence to back that up. That's the problem. So I know what you mean.
Saying that in itself after Sunday is ridiculous. They had 3 gilt-edged chances to score on Sunday. We created 3 or 4 on Sunday. I just want to preempt this. Do I think 3-4-3 is the best system for these players? No, I don't. We've got worse. Yes, okay, under Ten Hag, we didn't score that many, but our points per game was marginally higher, so the proof is in the pudding. I can't have it both ways. Do you know what I'm saying? And I will be honest that they are winning less games than under Ten Hag. I'm not denying that, but it's just people are just saying things and not giving me an alternative. I was, a good friend of the pod, Phil, one of my best friends. He said to me, we were talking on Sunday, he hates 3-4-3. And I said to him, okay. I said, I'm not saying I disagree with you, but tell me what team would you play? This was on Sunday. He had, this is like, he could pick anyone. Obviously available players. He picked Kone as a DM, 17-year-old lad who's never played for us before, and we've never watched. Bruno and Casemiro in centre mid. Them 3. And this is the ideal. This is the ideal alternative, by the way. And I said to him, I'm not disagreeing with your points. I'm almost just proving to you how difficult this job is. Like, it's not a case of go 4-3-3 and start winning.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry, Garnacho didn't miss that chance because he's in a 3-4-3 and not a 4-3-3. You have to understand that. Like, fine, have criticism. I want you to tell me what he should be playing. And if you can tell me that, in fairness, Phil did come up with something, whether it would have been better or not. Gary Neville just sits there on Sky and goes, it's shit. You know when Amorim turned around and after the Garnacho chance and was pissed off, Gary Neville said, I don't know what he's angry about. Because the only thing he should be angry about is the way he's setting his team up. Like a proper disrespectful comment
the way he set his team up provided that chance that player missed. So yes, he has every right to be pissed off, you fucking donut. And just on Gary Neville as well, that thing that you just mentioned. What I don't get with him is he's coming up with this thing about Bruno. Now, from an opposition fan point of view, Bruno, you know my opinions on him. He's very hit and miss. Yeah. He has got talent, within himself, but he is so inconsistent. However, one of the best games I saw in this year was actually when he was in the position that Gary Neville is fucking moaning about. I'd say, to be honest, from an opposition fan point of view, dude, I'd say that's one of the best games I've seen him play. I know people will point to it and say, oh no, he's got a screamer here, he got a assist here. No, but I'm talking about his general IQ in that game was fantastic. And you really saw a superb summary of what Bruno could be. So there's no reason to then come at Amorim for putting him in the position where he did brilliant in.
Especially when we
that just leans to Bruno's inconsistencies.
Exactly, mate. It's it's a very good point, and this is the thing. It's like it's very that for such high paid pundits and ex players, by the way, they all live in the moment. They all just say things in impulse and don't actually come out with anything good after it. Like, I actually don't mind you saying you hate 3-4-3. Like I said, one of my best friends hates it. And he actually would say, this would be my 4-3-3. And I'm like, okay, fairs. Like, if that's what you think will improve this team.
Yeah.
I think it probably would. I don't think it'd be massive because, like I said, unfortunately for everyone who's slagging Ruben Amorim off, we saw Erik ten Hag managed 25% of the season. And it was so bad he got sacked. Yeah, you could argue Amorim could get sacked, and he might do. The issue for me is the stubbornness, and it's the same thing of like what I've been saying for weeks now. Not one system works for every team in the league. Why are you doing this? He's hurting himself. Neville said, well, he can't change it because at the beginning of the season he said he's not going to change it. Actually, I would actually respect Amorim more if he came into an interview and went, you know what, I have given it a good go with these players, and it is the system I want to play. However, or even if he just said for the last half an hour, we're chasing the game, I'll change it a little bit. Like you said it perfectly. Guardiola Fergie used to change from half to half. Like the arrogance and the ignorance to not do that is very disappointing from Amorim. And look, you've got a tough hand, mate. The last manager signed a ton of shit, and we've somehow got worse in this January. Whether he agreed to that or not, I don't know what the hell is going on. But it's very, very frustrating at the moment that it feels like people are just saying the same thing but without an answer, and that's my frustration with it. I want to hear your solutions, and I just want to put it out there for everybody that's saying we are getting overrun in centre mid because it's 3-4-3. If Bruno Fernandes is playing in this team, we are always going to be outnumbered in centre mid. He is reckless. He doesn't retain possession. He turns it over a lot and he ball chases. When the only person that got the best out of him was Ollie, because he played McTominay and Fred as a bit of an athletic wall behind him and let Bruno do whatever he wanted. Ever since then, Mainu, Casemiro, Eriksen, we always get overrun. Okay, sorry about that. We had a little intruder. My son, Christian's nephew. So yeah, we'll just pick that up. Honestly, not loads more to go through, really, Christian. I think that we're in this situation where I'm not sure where we go from here with the injury crisis that we have got now. I mean, who's out at the moment?
Well, I was going to say, mate, this to you. We know all your problems. We've gone through them a million times, the lack of signings, things like that. But what do you think, in your point of view, where would you go from here to improve it from now till the end of the season?
Yeah, I mean, look, what I would do is something that this is the problem with a lot of people talking about, we need to change the system. I agree. I would play 4-3-3, but what I would do is I would play 3 centre mids that shore things up. And now I don't know who's available. I don't know when people are back. I would be playing 3 midfielders to get a grip of games. We're not that bad. Clearly, the strikers aren't going to score enough for you to win games 3-2. You're going to have to pick up 1-0s here and there. We're not going to pick up 1-0s with Bruno and Casemiro in centre mid. I appreciate. We've just been through it. Had no other options. Assuming Ugarte and Mainu can play soon, or even look Casemiro, Eriksen, and Ugarte in a flat 3. It's got a bit of ability in there, and we at least will have 3v3.
If you could somehow get a mix of legs. And a bit of IQ in there. I think that's your best hope from now till the end of the season.
You'd think with Casemiro, Ugarte in there, it's going to help us control games a lot better. So,
it's a bit like the situation we found ourselves in until the arrival of Nico, and we were saying, look, you've got to just make the best of a bad situation. Like you said before the first Real Madrid game, just go cover Gundo and just put your central players in there, and that's what United need to do, in my opinion.
That's it, mate. Look, until the front three start scoring, we can't do anything about it, and you can't have any faith in them either. So,
let's see who you got next, Alex.
Everton on Saturday. Shout out Eldo.
Saturday. Oh yeah, we're going Eldo's watching, aren't we? I tell you what, they're in decent form. That's going to be a tough one, man. At Goodison as well. I can't see anything. Alex, I'll be honest, I can't see anything other than another loss. Just because of the momentum Everton have got, the way United are playing, the trajectory you're heading in, I see nothing other than a victory for Everton.
That's it, yeah. And then we've got Ipswich midweek next week. I think if they lose Ipswich and Everton,
Yeah, that's a big game, isn't it?
I mean, he could, because then you're looking at, well, it really is getting dicey then. You're going to get...
Yeah,
for sure. If Ipswich beats us, we're going to end up in a legit relegation scrap, and we can't score or beat teams. So, I mean, looks, I don't really know what to expect. I would imagine it's going to be the same 11 on Saturday, unless we have any injuries, any injured players back. I think Yoro and Eriksson was illness, so they might be available, which would help a little bit.
Yeah.
But, yeah, man, it just sucks, to be honest. I'm like the wave of injuries to come after a transfer window that we got worse in is just shocking, really. And it just summarises the ineptness of the ownership and the manager in January, where it's selling, and then bosh, 5 injuries in like 2 weeks.
But that's the thing, Alex. You've got to prep for the point of the transfer window. Yeah, you were meant to strengthen, but you're also meant to make insurances against injuries. We've seen the exact same thing with Arsenal, and they're fucked.
Yeah,
no, they didn't make improvement. Not only did they not make improvements, they didn't make reinforcements to the players they did have available, and then they're fucked.
Arteta is setting up it's an injury crisis, but you set up in the very best way. If the very best way is 4-2-3-1 or 4-5-1 or whatever it is, you do that. And I don't believe he is. And it's not, the thing is, he's being stubborn because he's not changing it in game. He's not changing it for 10 minutes. So there's a deeper issue than he actually thinks this is going to work.
Yeah.
He's doing it now for the sake of it. And it's just frustrating. It's very frustrating, mate. But we'll see what happens Saturday, foot nose, and then Christ Ipswich midweek. That is it.
I mean, it's a 6-pointer.
It is a 6-pointer, yeah. If you lose,
that's just fucking insane to
if you lose Everton and Ipswich back to back, again with no flexibility and stuff like that, you've got to be looking at him. He could be going. I mean, because this club, Christian, this club is financially battered as it is. This club cannot get relegated. I mean, just financially. Don't get me wrong, ability-wise they can, but you lose to Ipswich.
I feel you. No, I know what you mean, but no, I can't see you getting relegated anyway. I think you've got to give him a transfer window, mate, based on the fact how much time you give Ten Hag and how much money you give Ten Hag. I feel like to sack Amorim before he even gets a chance would be criminal. No, and that's coming from a City fan, by the way.
I want him to get a window. I want him to, but he's got to help himself. He's got to get there. He's got to get to the summer.
Yeah, no, for sure. Look, he's got to grin and bear it, and if it means bending his system a little bit to get him through games, I mean, he's got to start making subs as well. And I think the subs he has made have made no sense at times as well, so he's got to improve in that area. He's tactical. I mean, there's certainly going to be question marks over his tactical awareness during games.
One of the main things you can hope is that in the past when we've had a bare squad and an injury crisis, something has come from the academy, which has been good. Rashford's emergence was because Martial pulled up in the warm-up in Martial's first season, so even he was not really a senior player. That's how bare to the bones that 2015 squad was, and that's what can happen sometimes. So a bit
like Wanyeri. It's exactly what's happened with Arsenal. They've been bailed out of the shit.
Top player who Saka's injuries led to that. So look, you can do that. It's not the greatest environment, and I feel for the boys. I hope that if they do get a chance, they perform really well and just work their arse off. But let's see, man. Let's see what happens. On Saturday, we might be on 84 then, but if not,
roll on weekend, we go again, dude. We'll have a see.
All right, Christian. Appreciate that, mate. Catch you on the next one.
Yeah, man. Cheers.